Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with the final episode of Life on Mars. Which is weird. Yeah, this is it. This is the final episode of Life on Mars. Last time on Life on Mars, we had Done Me Wrong All Right. That's what it was called, right? I think so. Yes, so basically, Gene woke up and found a dead body, and it, for all intents and purposes, looked like he killed the man. So Sam and Gene kind of went rogue from acting DCI Frank Morgan, and they figured out who the real killer was all along. Also, acting DCI Frank Morgan was also from Hyde, apparently, like Sam. And at the end, he said, "Don't worry, Sam. We'll get this sorted out, and we'll get you home." So, yeah. Presumably, I think that'll be this episode. I mean, I guess I don't know, but I'm not really sure. But this is the last episode of Life on Mars. I feel like we're missing something. Like, this doesn't feel like it should be the last episode of Life on Mars. I don't know. We haven't really had a... I mean, yeah, we've had the continuing thing of, what's up with Sam? What's going on in 2006? But other than that, we really haven't had much of a, story arc, I guess. I don't know. It just seems kind of weird. But, however, despite the fact that this is the last episode of Life on Mars, this is not going to be our last reaction to this series, I guess, because next week we're going to be starting up the spin-off show Ashes to Ashes. I don't know what that's about whatsoever, so maybe it's just a continuation, who knows? Sometimes an anime will do that. Well, they basically just have a different name for the next season, It happens. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know where we're going, but this is the last episode of Life on Mars at the very least, so yeah. With that said, let's just go ahead and get right into the final episode of Life on Mars. Here we go.
Now then, guys and girls, there's a tumour in the temporal damage the brain.
Oh.
They thought it was a clot, but out about that, a clot it is not. Wow! And it may be operable. Double wow!
Double wow.
But the surgeon, Mr. Morgan, says this is the best window of opportunity they have.
Morgan? Frank Morgan?
Interesting. If he's the surgeon, maybe it's not that... we don't know. We don't know what this world is.
We let him slip, just when we had him in our sights. What's our next move?
Right, yeah.
Sam, we're down to our last window of opportunity.
Let him slip?
It's time. You must destroy Gene Hunt and his whole rotten department.
What? Well, he has always said that. If you
destroy Gene Hunt,
destroy Gene, you get home?
then I can come home. My name is Sam Tyler.
Really?
And I woke up.
Huh.
Maybe I can work.
Alright, well that is pretty big finale. Oh, so this is going to be the ultimate Sam Goes Rogue episode.
Expose that fetid man as the criminally negligent copper he so obviously is. Is that clear enough?
Criminally negligent. That shouldn't be too hard. I'll get the evidence you need, if that's what it takes. And then you can bring me home. Good.
God damn, there's just... Come on, is there any hesitation?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm doing it again. Trying to change her. What's the point? I tell you what, just forget I said anything. Thank you, I will. Right.
It's interesting he finally acknowledged. Yeah, why am I bothering trying with you? I mean, there have been points, though, that you work together.
Talk.
Nope. Oh! That's all recording.
Gov, you have just used unnecessary restraint on a suspect by handcuffing him to a chair. What are you, the narrator? Hold him.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, you, my friend, are 3 steps down the food chain from a maggot. Now, I have no problem watching a maggot twisting about on a hook with its guts spilling out.
I mean, this is the most extreme we've ever seen.
You cut that cancer out.
Annie. That might be the thing that holds him.
I
don't hate everything about this place.
Are they? Oh, wait, are they gonna like... Easy there, Mr. Hansy. I know he... Yeah, it's her heart, but... Jesus. I think they're gonna... Then this is gonna hold him back. He's gonna...
Isn't Annie...
I can hear the music in the background. It's starting to get a little higher with every passing second.
Really like to...
God, you're like a riddle, you are.
Oh, nope. Hold up. Bring that
Just
back.
as a thing.
Come on, the singer's ready to get really, really into it. No. This is where the singer sings because they have to separate, not because they go in.
Annie, wait.
Oh, Jesus!
I'm gonna pose as Sykes, and I'm gonna meet him and find out the details of this wages robbery. Then, we place officers in key positions. That way we can nab him during the raid red-handed.
It's dangerous. We need fully trained firearms officers.
I'll tool the lads up.
Without official sanction, this is illegal, Gov.
Since when has catching evil scum become illegal? But I have a responsibility to this city, and I will move heaven and earth to stop this man.
It really is...
Now, he doesn't play by any rules.
I mean, I guess this is the ultimate clashing of methods.
We're not only dismantling A Division, we're rebuilding it in our image. That was always the plan.
What plan?
Rebuilding?
Metropolitan accountability and reconciliation. Strategy.
Mars.
Taking on malpractice.
There's a lot more at stake. Huh?
Nah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sorry, Sam, I don't think we're quite on the same sheet of paper.
Oh, for God's
What
sake.
are you saying? You have amnesia, Sam.
I'm in a coma.
I mean... He was...
You hear voices? You hear doctors and nurses telling you to come home soon?
Wow, no one ever thought,
this is
is
the
this
real world,
real?
Sam.
Is this world real?
You were 12. Remember what happened? You closed down. Week in, week out. Sitting bolt upright on your hospital bed. Silent. Still. They said it was like a waking coma.
No, I don't.
And then you came back. Stronger.
Wait.
What is this?
I don't know where you've got this from.
Was he like Elliot?
You are DCI Sam Williams of C Division. Hyde.
My name is Tyler.
DCI Sam Williams.
I've had enough of this shit.
Huh. Okay, add 8 more levels to the mystery. I'm in. Vic Tyler, Ruth Tyler.
This is where we created your fake life, the undercover operation.
With... Oh. But they're not...
I met Vic Tyler.
Really?
Yeah.
Where is he?
I don't know.
He's gone away.
And your mum, Ruth?
I don't know.
But the others would know. Okay, that adds a third dimension to it. Sam Tyler died November 1881. But what about Maya? What about everything? Frank Morgan.
Once we're done with all this, we take control of A Division. Police it progressively.
So everything from the future is just progressive Hyde.
There must be thousands of officers like Gene Hunt out there. Why?
We only need make an example of one.
But he gets results. You can't deny that.
Oh, he's impressive.
He's sticking up for
His
Gene.
way. So were the dinosaurs.
Damn. Just like that. I don't know why that was an amazing comeback.
I can't think.
Fucking John Sim acting his heart out over here. All the angles, too.
Good luck, Sam.
It's not... it's not even really, like, Sam goes rogue. It's Sam's been rogue for 16 episodes.
I wake up every morning and I tell myself I am alive.
When you can feel, then you're alive. When you don't feel, you're not.
Oh, yeah. What's with all the old people here?
I was sent here undercover by Morgan to gather evidence against the Gov.
What?
You've got to believe me.
Shouldn't believe anything you
I was
say.
betraying you.
You've been spying on us all along.
No, I didn't.
All this time. I knew it. I bloody knew it.
I'm trying to save your lives here.
I am not your enemy. Cut the crap.
I looked up to you, Sam. I always tried to take on board the things you said,
Chris.
And all this time you've been laughing at us behind our backs with your fancy-eyed mates.
No.
I mean, it is a serious betrayal.
No,
I don't blame them.
Well, you can't stop the Gov's plans. He's undercover now, risking his life for this city again. Leslie Johns will be expecting 2 guards on that train. So you'll have to be there.
Damn. So now they're going in without any trust.
All your doubts and worries and things. I actually felt sorry for you.
I mean... Oh!
It hurts, doesn't it?
That looked like it actually hurt.
It's real.
Holy crap, I don't think she held back for the camera. Jesus.
Do you want on with that? Mel can manage, thanks.
Nuh.
Right, load 'em up. Get on with it. Chop, chop.
Yeah, come on, chop, chop.
They're so fucking pissed. Man, I hate seeing Chris. When Chris is mad at you, you know you've done wrong.
What's going on?
Oh, jeez.
What's that? It's a police radio.
Whoop.
But I'm the one that can get us out of the shit that you dropped us in! Morgan!
Well, it looks like little boy isn't coming.
Yeah, friend. Channel 4.
I promise you I won't leave you.
Let him go then. Come here.
I wonder what he's planning. What if Sam just dies? What if the end of the show is Sam dies? Oh, wait. Ah!
What better way to ruin Hunt forever? He's responsible for a botched illegal sting and put his officers in mortal danger.
What?
And you would let them die to prove a point.
Let them die? You're gonna let people die to prove you're a better cop? I think it's...
I don't want to be a policeman anymore. Don't shoot!
No! This is it!
One simple move and you're home.
Do you go through? What do you do?
Come back to us.
Oh! It was a coma.
I'm afraid the tumor was too deeply embedded to be removed. It is, however, totally benign. It's amazing that I got you back at all.
So the tumor's still there. It's Hyde Ward.
It was like I'd woken up on a different planet. But I knew that if I could find out the reason, then I could get home.
What if he just doesn't remember anything? I mean, how easy is it to... No, he remembers.
DCI, Sam Tyler. Going to Manchester, please.
Yeah, he remembers. Because I was going to say, how often do you remember a dream? Where's Maya? By the way.
Look at your hand.
Do you feel?
Excuse me.
Oh, they're playing Life on Mars. Wait. What is he doing here? What is he doing on this roof? I don't like the last time he was on a roof. He's gaining speed. What is he doing? Is that just it? Nope. Okay. Thought I was just gonna cut to credits there. Nope. He's back. Back in 1973. Damn. He killed him.
Now you're just showing off.
Nuh. Taking your dramatic time.
Oh, lucky us.
I'm Sonny.
Sonny!
Nuh.
Is that it?
Come here.
Get up, I'm not a fairy.
Oh.
I was angry and I'll pay for the phone.
Chris,
Pay for the phone.
you're gonna make a good copper.
Really? It's fantastic.
Oh.
I'm truly sorry, Ray. Still, I met a bird, medical bird, called nurses. Big tits, arse like two Cox's pippins in a bag.
She sounds enigmatic.
So it could be worse.
No, she was.
Tell me.
Do you bleed?
Tell you what, son.
What if he gets interrupted? I'm almost... Ah! Ow! Oh my gosh. 16 episodes. Ah, there he
Put
is.
that subby plug down and get in.
Oh, God, my fucking hands.
He's no good. He's slipping away from us. Sam. Sam.
Gotta hate that channel.
If you injure somebody in this car, it's technically a criminal offence.
Shut up, you nuncy-arsed fairy boy.
Duh.
Such elegant banter.
Oh.
Try and keep it under 70. Oh, and radio in for uniform.
I don't need plug getting in the way.
It's procedure. You're not
Oh.
above the law, you know, Guff.
What are you on about, Tyler? I am the law.
I am the law. Ah! Don't turn the fucking show off. I guess no. Okay, this is never a friend. There's never like an after credit scene or anything. All right. Well, it was a coma. It was a coma. It wasn't actually... Man, they threw like 8 curveballs in there. I love it. At the very least, it doesn't seem like... It doesn't seem like it was... He was sent back in time through a coma. Man... That was fucking crazy. So I do kind of want to just call this episode Life on Mars, but we kind of already had that in the first episode. So I am going to call this episode Somewhere Over the Rainbow, because we did have that earlier. Did you see my messages about Ashes to Ashes? Yes, I did. Let me go ahead and get up to... Well, here, I'll respond. Hold on, I'm going to type in Discord real quick. Yes, I did. Alright, so... For the final time in Life on Mars... Oh, I should have written down what I called every episode. Okay, I can already tell that it's not going to be Somewhere Over the Rainbow. That's okay. That one, it's not an obvious one, but I think that one works. I'm gonna say this one is called The Coma. Let's take bets. If I'm wrong, I will give a very quick, not as intense lick to this rock. Let's see. The Coma. Undercover. Undercover. Alright. I mean, it's not wrong. I guess that's not the worst we've had. That's not the worst we've ever had, but this still blows. Undercover. Okay, whatever. Yes, we are going to be continuing that that tradition into Ashes to Ashes. However, from what I can tell, there are only titles for the first season of Ashes to Ashes, so at some point I guess they realized that all these titles are fucking horrible, so anyway. Okay. I mean, I guess of all the Sam Goes Rogue episodes, this was the end-all Sam Goes Rogue episode. I mean, Ashes to Ashes, what are we doing? Is Ashes to Ashes going to be about Sam Tyler? What an interesting ending, too. What an interesting ending to just be like, no, he jumped off a building in an attempt to kill himself and go back, and then he just, it's like, oh, we're losing him, and then he's just like, yeah, fuck it, lose me. Like, that's a crazy, like, I don't want to say that's like a happy ending, Like, I don't think either of them are really happy endings, but I find it weird that we didn't see anything from Maya. Like, I get, oh, she's not gonna come see him anymore. But when he wakes up and goes back to work, you would think, You would think. Also, and this is a complete other aside, boy, when they went back to the present day, to 2006, God, that place looked awful. Like, I don't know what it is. It's that, I guess it's just the early 2000s aesthetic. That place looked awful, I don't know why. But there's just something about that early 2000s aesthetic, Which, I mean, 70s aesthetic is not great either, but I guess I'm just used to it in this show, so yeah, I guess that's that. So, let's go ahead and jump into the notes. So, the whole thing, I mean, I guess at the end of the day it was a coma. Again, there's the question of, I mean, at the very least, we know the whole thing with the amnesia is not true. That's not true. But I suppose at the end of the day, we don't really know whether or not it was actually time travel or not. Honestly, that kind of still remains a mystery. Because, again, there's the theory that it's like, oh, I guess it's two separate theories of he's in a coma or he's actually gone back in time. But I think it was more of, if he did go back in time, it's like he's gone back in time, but his physical body is still in 2006, So that's the thing, is that he's still, like, I don't know. It's very strange. But if we're going just on the coma theory, the tumor in his brain, it was a tumor that was keeping him in this coma. And in the coma dream, that equated to Gene Hunt. Which, that makes sense, honestly, that he's been fighting this thing the whole time, you know? Like, that is honestly a perfect personification of it, you know? Down to then, at the end, you know, it's like, well, we can't remove it, but it's benign, you know? It's like, it's going to be there, but it's not going to hurt you. So yeah, which, I mean, that's the thing. With Gene, I mean, it is the ultimate... I mean, this episode, honestly, kind of does what this show does best, is conflict between Sam and Gene. Now, I will say, for the last episode of Life on Mars, I feel like there isn't actually enough of Gene Hunt, you know? Like, he has to kind of be in the background of this, not really knowing what's going on until the end. So that's the thing. But that's probably why they gave us last episode, which was heavy Sam and Gene, you know? Because you kind of need that, you know? Gene almost took a back seat in this episode, actually, which is the interesting thing. But yeah, so, destroy Gene, destroy the tumor. And yeah, it's a clash of methods, which we've had since the beginning, you know? Sam with his methods in 2006 versus Gene's methods in 1973. But yeah, at the end of the day, you look at it and you think, okay, well, Gene does get results. You know, he's not trying to, you know, put down civilians or anything. Like, no, he is trying... What he does against criminals. But does he take it too far? You know? Which is very interesting. But there is also the question... Does he ever actually take it that far? Because there is a line, you know? There is a line that Gene does not cross. With the one exception being this, actually. This is the only one where, you know, he's putting officers in harm's way. And yes, that is sort of the line that they all crossed today on the train. But at the same time, he was right there with them on the front lines, you know? So that was that. But yeah, we had the whole thing with Annie. I mean, okay, can I just say I've never bought their relationship. Not because like they don't have good chemistry or anything, but because I can't see how Annie would actually fall for Sam. Now, granted, it's kind of slim pickings over at the Manchester Police Department. It's kind of slim pickings, I will say, you know? So, especially when two of your options are Chris and Ray, yeah, Sam does seem really good. But with all the shit, and I mean shit, that Sam has put her through, I kind of don't buy the two of them forming that kind of relationship, you know? Well, I can believe Sam having feelings for her, but she is 10,000% out of his league, basically. Like, she's too good, you know? Like, Annie, honestly, and I'm not just saying this, like, no, she honestly is, like, he doesn't deserve her, you know? He doesn't deserve her. She deserves way better than him. The problem is, there really isn't much better than him. So, that's the thing. But yeah, the whole thing of, is this real? Is this real? Do you let go? I like that it was... I like that they kind of went with, like, 3 different things this episode to kind of keep you on your toes. It's not just, is this real versus, you know, like, is this real? Has he been sent back in time? Has he been in a coma this whole time? I love the idea of adding in the amnesia. That was very, very clever, because, yeah, you sort of get to the end of this and you're like, well, shit, that's a pretty credible case. Maybe this is all amnesia. But there is the one thing that sort of chips a hole into that, which is the Tylers. because, they go there and it's like, well, here are the graves of Vic and Ruth Tyler. And it's like, well, but we've met Vic, And, he says, like, oh, well, where's Vic now? It's like, he's gone. He's gone away. And it's like, oh, see? That's just you filling in the gaps. And it's like, but people there saw Vic and Ruth Tyler. Like, that's... Like, the rest of them would be credible witnesses to that. So, that thing, while interesting and compelling, is already sort of derailed, Not to the point, though, where you're like, well, then it can't be that. That's already, debunked. But you're sitting here like, but that doesn't quite add up. But nothing quite adds up, Nothing quite adds up about each story of why Sam is here, So, yeah, that's the thing. But the whole thing with the amnesia and the crash that killed both of his parents, and it broke him, basically. And so, he thought that Sam would be okay going undercover, but nope. Sam Williams becoming Sam Tyler, but yeah, that, and then, yeah, the whole thing, I like him sticking up for Gene, honestly, that it's like, yeah, he's not great, but he does get results. But I love the friend, oh, yes, he's very impressive. So were the dinosaurs. Like, Jesus, man! Nothing actively took out the dinosaurs. Like, yeah, there was a fucking shit that hit the Earth. There was a meteorite that hit the ground near here. I'm gonna go check it out. No, like, yeah, obviously a meteor struck and killed the dinosaurs and all that shit. But it wasn't a hostile force, is what I'm trying to say. It wasn't a hostile force that destroyed the dinosaurs. If the dinosaurs were still alive today, who knows how the fuck they would be, Who knows? They could be an advanced civilization by now. We don't fucking know. They're dead. It's like, you don't... So that analogy, while an incredible comeback, kind of doesn't work. Like, well, it's not the dinosaurs' fault, and nobody tried to get rid of the dinosaurs, The dinosaurs just sort of fell, It just sort of happened, But yeah, but I like that. I like that moment where he's sticking up for Gene. Which, I mean, we've had that the other way around, too, where back in the I feel like I always reference the Stephen Warren episode. Like, we just kind of keep coming back to that episode, weirdly. But in that one, after the whole thing with the honey trap, yeah, Gene has his jokes and everything. But then he goes to Stephen Warren and defends Sam and is like, hey, you do not do this to my officers, He goes and sticks up for him. So I like Sam doing that for Gene, even though, yes, his methods aren't good. That's the thing, he is a good copper, and he does have his limits, He does have his limits, as we've seen, 2 episodes ago with the whole thing with Toolbox, and then even earlier than that, the whole thing with Ray and the cocaine. He said, these boys, these lads, they think they're modeled after my own image, but they don't know when to stop. They don't have the line, and it scares the shit out of me, Like, that's the thing. But, if anything, it's not even that Gene is the worst, cop in all of England. It's just that he's the one to make an example out of, He's the cop to make an example. And yeah, Sam even brings that up. It's like, why Gene specifically? There are thousands of cops like him, but he has to be the example, which is interesting. I almost feel like... See, the weird thing is, I almost feel like discussing all this stuff with the actual, like, going against Gene, trying to take him down, and, setting this place up like Hyde, honestly, it almost feels weird to talk about it, because, I mean, it almost feels weird to talk about it, because it seems like this is all a dream, It seems like this is all a dream. It's so strange, It's so strange. But yeah. And then I'm glad we got one last talk with Nelson. That was good. We definitely needed that. If you can feel, you're alive. If you can't feel, you're not alive. I mean, I feel. You know who else felt? Sam definitely felt when he got the shit slapped out of him by Annie. Can I watch that again? Can I have a GIF of that on loop, please?
That's why you're going away, isn't it? I bet some days you can hardly face yourself in the mirror.
You know, I said that when Chris is upset with you, you know you're in for it, but man, when Annie's fucking upset with you, like, you're fucking done. Like, you're done. You need to go start digging your grave now, you fuck.
All your doubts and worries and things, I felt sorry for you.
Oh. It looked so genuine. Now, they had it from, like, 2 different angles, but I gotta see it again.
All your doubts and worries and things, I felt sorry for you.
Obviously, they faked that. They faked that completely. They faked that, so basically... I don't know why I'm ruining the shot for you guys, but obviously they faked it to where... Yes, it definitely looked like she had, you know, the force of God behind that slap. But obviously it went just past John Sim's head, and then he reacted. And then, to make sure it looked good, they then cut to a different camera angle of the actual slap. She does hit his face, but it's so quick that it looks a lot harder than it probably was. Excuse me, Jesus. But yeah, so obviously that was filmed in such a way that I don't think she actually slapped the shit out of John Sim. But it fucking looked like that. Looked just the speed of it. Like, let me look at it a third time.
All your doubts and worries and things, I felt sorry for you.
Just that straight, like, it literally looks like it has the force of God behind it. Like, that is the strongest hit I've seen on this show. Fuck the fight with Ray. Fuck any fight with Jean. No. That shit looked like it hurt. And I wish that was so legit, you know? I so wish that she actually just unleashed on John Sim. For the first time I saw that, honestly, it looked like she actually slapped him. God, that definitely had the force of God behind it. Oh, man. That was fucking crazy. Alright. But yes, we had the betrayal when he revealed everything. He didn't reveal the amnesia, though. But that's the thing. He didn't reveal the amnesia, but... I mean, that is the moment where it's like, yeah, Ray is justified in being pissed, and Chris, and that, honestly, yeah, it's just so difficult. It's so difficult. Like, he was sent there undercover from Hyde to take down the entire department, and all 4 of them. All of them. I would say what I normally say when I say all of them, but I'm not going to remember to put up the GIF, so... Oh well. It's not even a GIF, it's just a video. But still. Anywho. But yeah, that betrayal. But yeah, I mean, it's the amnesia. He didn't know. Well, the amnesia, he didn't know. But I mean, that's the thing, is that in this... See, that's the thing. It's like I have to take like 8 things into considerations. Like, he's talking about the betrayal working for Hyde, but that's not... Like, they talk about, like, oh, he got so undercover, basically. He replaced his real life with his undercover life. But no. his real life was made up from the coma. It's like I have to like think of 8 different things when we're talking about this. And then we had the whole thing with the train, and yeah, for a second you still think like, is this real? You know, is this real or is this the coma or anything? And nope, it was the coma. But do you let them die? If you let them die, and that's the thing is that, you know, if this was real, that would have been fucking crazy if it was real. And it's like, well, you know, like, yes, they're trying to take down Gene Hunt and his entire, you know, crew, basically. His entire, you know, squad. But to do that, you're going to let him die. Like, that sounds like the least cop hide thing to do, you know? But, yeah, that was a part of the coma. And Sam went back to 2006, where it has a horrible aesthetic and he can't feel anything and it fucking blows. And he has a suit instead of that leather jacket. Ugh. He has an actual suit instead of his leather jacket, and I find it very weird that there was no Maya. But then, I guess, well, I mean, that's the thing. You could honestly say, did he actually go back to 2006? And I think this show, I think it is that he actually woke up. It was just a coma. He's in 2006, jumps off the building, goes back into his coma, and goes straight back into 1973. Maybe the reason I don't trust that is because I've seen Mr. Robot, where you really cannot trust what is reality and what isn't reality, you know? Elliot wakes up somewhere and it's like, well, where the fuck is this? Is this real? We don't know. It looks real, but you can't. Doesn't mean anything. So when Sam wakes up in 2006, honestly, I could see fan theories being like, no, it's just, he just like had a vision of 2006 for a moment and then he went back to the real 1973. Or maybe he did go back to 2006 and then he actually time traveled back. We still don't know if it's time travel or amnesia or anything. We don't know. We actually, at the end of the day, I'm not convinced of any argument. I'm not convinced of any answer for what happened, you know? Nothing. I'm not convinced of any answer. It's crazy. But yeah, but he went back. He saved them. He went back and saved them. And yes, it was a betrayal, but he came back when it counted. He came back when it counted, which was good enough for Chris and Annie and decent enough for Gene. And Ray, well, at least he found a spunky nurse. So could be worse for Ray. I do actually like that he's like he could have easily still been pissed, but like he weirdly like, because everyone else is like, Sam, you know, whatever. We all had our moments or whatever. I like Ray is like, well, you fucking betrayed us. I was shot because of it, but I did meet a girl with big tits, so fuck it. Never change, Ray, I guess. Ugh. So yeah, what a fascinating episode. You know, again, it is a Sam goes, it's an episode where Sam goes rogue, and it's heavy on the time travel stuff. I liked it. I really did like this. Like, this was brilliant. You know, I guess it's because, yeah, I didn't even really talk about, like, the minor heist and Leslie Johns and all that, because that is so minor to this episode. The main stuff is the time travel stuff. And while I've never hated it, I've just sort of been more interested in the cases. This time around, the case definitely takes a back seat, and we get all of this, and this was really good, keeping me on my toes too. You know, throwing in the amnesia story, which I don't even think I thought about. Like, did anyone think of that? I'd be curious if anyone had that as a theory, you know? That he just had amnesia, you know? I don't know. But yeah, like, throwing that in, too, as an extra curveball, I thought was really, really good, you know? To make this even more interesting. So, yeah, honestly, this was a really great episode and a great finale. And I'm just gonna quickly watch him getting slapped real quick.
All your doubts and worries and things. I felt sorry for you.
Oh.
He has done it. That's because he's real.
Fucking everyone acting their fucking hearts out today. Jesus Christ. I want there to be some, like, blooper or something where she actually slaps the shit out of John Sim. I don't know, just the force of God behind that slap was incredible. But yeah, that's Life on Mars. It feels weird, but we're kind of done. Like, that's it. Now, I don't know if Ashes to Ashes continues where we left off. We're going to continue on with Sam Tyler and Gene Hunt and Ray and Chris and Annie and Phyllis and Nelson. I don't know if that's going to be the case. I have no idea what we're doing on Ashes to Ashes, but next week, we're going to get started on that. So yeah, that is basically it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time on Ashes to Ashes. See you guys there. I should have called this, Is this the real life? Like the beginning of, it's beginning of Bohemian Rhapsody, right? God, they should have played that. That would have been amazing. Oh, well, they had Life on Mars. It was close enough. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around to any of those. There's a playlist for all of my Life on Mars reactions that you can go re-watch before we get started with Ashes to Ashes. There's also another video on screen, as well as a Patreon button, a subscribe button, and other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys next time.